Before I start, I just want to apologize for the week-long hiatus that I went on randomly. I actually finished high school last Friday, so I decided to take, just a week off to relax and catch up on things that I've kind of been missing out on while having to deal with exams and whatnot, which I've just finished where I live. Anyway, this video is going to be about Ouija boards, which are a really interesting topic. I've always been fascinated by Ouija boards, but I've never actually used one or owned one, simply because I live in the Scottish Highlands and the closest place that sells one is 3 hours away, and the ones you can buy online have insane postage costs, like seriously. Anyway, I've seen countless videos, both professionally and otherwise, using and talking about Ouija boards, and what strikes me as odd is that no two videos seem to be of the same quality or seem to have the same logical reasoning behind explaining what's being shown in the video. With most things, it's easy to tell when something's being faked, and when it comes to Ouija board videos, there are a fair few that are obviously over-exaggerated or completely a hoax. However, what perks my curiosity is that some Ouija board videos seem genuine. Ouija board videos are an incredible mixed bag of hoax and uncertainty, and this really made me curious, because usually with a certain genre of video, especially when it comes to paranormal things, you can tell when a thing is a hoax, or you can find logical reasoning behind things. However, with Ouija board videos, it seems to be a real mixed bag of things that you can explain and things that you can't. Just out of sheer interest, I thought I'd go over the three main theories behind how Ouija boards work. I myself am unsure about what I believe, so this won't be too opinionated. I'll just go over the pros and cons of each theory and explain a little bit about them and let you guys make up your own mind. I'm going to start with the two most commonly believed theories before getting into one that's a little more sciencey and is, in my opinion, the most logical one. It's also my favorite because I find this kind of thing really cool. Anyway, number one. One of the first explanations for Ouija boards that might pop into your head is that they're all hoaxes. This may be the go-to for a lot of people when it comes to topics related to the supernatural, but when it comes to Ouija boards, I'm not so sure. In a few videos I've seen, people seem to be placing their hands too lightly on the planchette, which is the triangle thing that moves, to really be putting much force behind it. Certainly not enough to order to move the planchette that quickly and perfectly in sync with the other person, unless there were stacks upon stacks of failed attempts. Even then, it's bound to look unnatural and there are bound to be errors. But if it does take 100 tries to get it perfectly, then why bother? There are far easier and quicker pranks to pull. There's also the fact that some people appear genuinely scared to the point that in one video I watched, a young girl started to cry and hyperventilate. Now, either she was an incredibly good actor or she wasn't a part of the prank. And if that was the case, then it wouldn't have worked, because in order for a Ouija board to work, everybody would have to be moving the planchette in the same direction, so she would have to have known what was going to happen. However, like I said, in a few videos, I won't name names, it's quite obviously fake. The planchette has too much force behind it, their hands are pressing down quite firmly on it, and the things the board says are so cliche, and the entire video feels very scripted. But honestly, I could only genuinely say this for a small handful of videos I've seen. The second theory I want to talk about is another one of the most subscribed to theories, and that's ghosts. The tricky part when discussing the supernatural is the lack of empirical evidence. It seems that every paranormal occurrence can be associated with some random worldly event, like orbs being dust particles and the room becoming cold just due to a sudden change in wind direction and a draft. But at the same time, you can't disprove the existence of the supernatural. As the first law of thermodynamics states, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy can only be transferred or changed from one form to another. So when we die, where does our energy go? There must be some element of all beings that's left behind after we die. Humans run on energy, so to a degree, there must be something left over. All the atoms that made up our body can't just simply disappear, they have to go somewhere. But just how sentient are these leftover particles? Does it act like a person? Is it like a soul? Or is this energy more just a whisper of electromagnetic waves in the atmosphere? I myself believe there must be some essence of life left over when we die, but I can't be certain that that essence has enough drive and power to collectively work as one unit of power that could push a planchette or think in order to spell words. There's just not enough evidence to prove or disprove the existence of ghosts. This third theory is my favourite, like I said before. I find the whole way it works and the mechanism behind it to be super interesting, purely because I'm myself interested in psychology and whatnot. So this is the ideomotor effect. also known as the ideomotor reflex and the ideomotor phenomenon. The ideomotor effect is a reflex that exists within all human beings. It's the most commonly accepted theory as to how Ouija boards work, at least where science is concerned. The ideomotor effect occurs when there's a physical reaction based on a thought in your subconscious, which is a thought you are not aware of. A common example of this is often known as the hypnic jerk, which is when you're laying in bed, just about to fall asleep, and your leg or some other part of your body decides to suddenly move without you telling it to. In short, you did tell your leg to jerk like that, you just didn't make the conscious decision to. I may make an entire video dedicated to this reflex as it's incredibly interesting and it shows how powerful the brain can be. But for now, that simple explanation will suffice for how we're going to link this to the Ouija boards. So how does the ideomotor effect have anything to do with Ouija boards? Well, the theory goes that if both people doing the board want something to happen, even if they aren't aware they want it to happen, their bodies will make it happen. This means that the people really aren't in control of the way their hands are moving, in the same way you can't control a hypnic jerk. Now this does explain how people genuinely look like they have no idea what's happening, and why the movements of their arms look so fluid and surreal, as it's just an unconscious reaction they have no power over. However, this doesn't explain how two completely different people could both unconsciously want to spell out the same words, though it may be possible that one person is experiencing the ideomotor effect and the other person is simply just going along with it. I didn't want to make this video too long, so I tried to simplify what I was trying to say down a little bit, but hopefully it still got the points across and made sense. Again, I'm not sure what I believe, and I honestly think not knowing is part of the fun. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Again, I'm sorry for going away for a week without saying anything. I just really needed a lot of time to relax and kick back for a while before getting back into the groove of working and whatnot. I'm not sure what kind of videos I want to post next. I have one on Elise Lam, who was a girl that was seen freaking out in an elevator before she was found dead. There are a lot of really interesting theories behind that, and I kind of want to make a video on it. It's kind of sad and creepy, and it's horrible what happened to her. However, it's genuinely interesting, so look forward to something like that in the near future. Anyway, I'll see you later.